you wanted to travel the world and not work anymore. However, it is hard because it is just not possible. You try to hire people and it doesn't work. Have you run into all these problems? And today I wanted to break down these 3 things that you probably are overcoming. These are the 3 things that I do believe you have the barrier and it prevents you to really building a team. Number 1, it's a language barrier. Vivian is a lawyer. She speaks really good English. At the same time, the virtual assistant from Philippines or any countries that you chose, they also have an accent. There's a lot of verbal miscommunication. So what do? Number 1, make sure you record it using a software so that they can bring it back to AI to read the transcription or ask AI what do they really trying to say before you go straight to the point. And then after you're done, what you want to do is you want to ask them to type out the summary of the meeting so that way you can see what they are writing is aligned with what you are expecting out of them. If you are an auditory person, maybe you can tell them to repeat what they just said. Whatever that is, we want them to type it out, which is make sure all calls are recorded so they can get the transcript so that they can watch it again or so that they can ask ChatGPT the question, hey, what did Vivian really tell me? Okay, you got it? You feel much better? And again, allow it to take about a week or so to get used to each other's language pattern. If you have worked with a lot of international students or outside your realm, your circle, then maybe it is easier. But again, when the first 30 minutes, you will know whether you guys are syncing up or not. And again, if it doesn't work, you just wanted to let it go and hire another one. Sometimes it might be just better off to just find someone that immediately can understand you. Vivian have 2 virtual assistants. One is Jeff. One is Meryl. Meryl is social media and EA, so she speaks really good English, so she really works very well with Vivian. However, Jeff is a website designer, so he's very internal, very introverted too. So I suggested Vivian, since you really like him doing your website, maybe just do typing communication instead of verbal. Sometimes Loom is a good option because you can record it and then they can watch it again. If they don't understand, they can pull it from the transcript and ask better questions. So these are some of the ways if you have a language barrier. And congrats, why you have a language barrier? Because they're from another country. That's the reason why it allows you to pay them much cheaper than hiring local employees to do the same work. Point number 2 is the cultural barrier. I know I talk about this all the time with my clients, and today I talked to Vivian. In the virtual assistant world, they're a little bit more passive. They don't really ask a lot of questions. And in the American culture, especially if you're a business owner, right, we are very vocal about how we feel and we're very quick on doing things. With the American culture, we are quick to trust and then verify. With the Filipino Asian culture, they actually is trying to earn the trust. They verify first and then they trust. It's a very different, like almost like a polar opposite culture. That's why a lot of time when you work with your virtual assistant at the very beginning, they don't usually speak up. They don't usually ask questions. And you're like, why is this so weird? Why you guys are not asking questions? Because they are just not built that way. That's the reason why we, as a company, we train them on 30 days strong mindset shift to quote unquote Americanize them, get them to have a different mindset because they are amazing. As long as you open them up, they know that they can trust you. If they ask you any questions, they're not going to penalize. They're not going to get yelled at. They will start asking you more questions because they are very smart, very brilliant people. They just need to know that they can trust you, they can believe you, and that's really what you meant. And sometimes, like even Monique, who have been with me for 12 years, going on 13 years, she's still not feeling comfortable to tell me the truth. How incredible is that? Am I right? Very different culture. I just want you to understand. And barrier number 3 is expectation barrier. Majority of them work in a BPO industry, okay? If you don't know what is BPO industry, or if you do know, type it down below so everybody can read it on the chat, right? In a BPO industry, it's a big company. If you call to the call center, probably you will hear them that they have an accent, and majority of them are from Philippines. That's the reason why we chose Philippines, because it's the closest that you have been using on day-to-day basis, and they understand American culture because a lot of them work for American company. So what do they really have? The expectation is they already have SOP. What do we have or don't have? We probably do not have an SOP. We probably will change our mind all the time. And we probably do not, sometimes we don't even actually have an answer. So what we're looking for is we are expecting someone to ask questions. Ask me question and I'll clarify. Ask me question and then I'll tell you what to do. because I yet have an SOP. Is it bad? No, it's just a different state of life. When the virtual assistant first come in, right? Again, I'm just teaching you the awareness about the culture difference. When they first come into the BPO industry, they were taught, don't ask any questions, follow the manual. If you are asking questions, that means that you're not studying hard enough on the manual. Here you are, they have a culture expectation shock, right? In this new business, I love it because I work from home, right? However, I don't know what to do. I'm supposed to ask questions. There's no rule books. There's not an FAQ. And a lot of time my boss doesn't even know what he or she wants. What? And are you sure I really can ask questions? And yes, I expect you to ask questions. I expect you to operate with your common sense. That's how it really works on the small business world. Number one, make sure you're being patient. If you really want to have a new life, you have to have new habit. You have to have new systems, right? Number one thing is make sure that you are allowing yourself to be direct. Tell them what you want and how you like to be served, because this is your business. There's no guided rules, right? So be very direct. Let them know exactly what you want. Make sure that you're always getting the call recorded so they can figure out what is going wrong. You can even ask ChatGPT, hey, I just have this conversation with my virtual assistant. What else do I have to tell them so that they're clear with what needs to be done, right? 3, just be more patient. Be more patient to allow each other to work it out, because again, you guys come from a totally two separate world, from two separate countries. It's kind of like when you're first riding the bike. It was very hard at the beginning. I'm so worried that I'm going to fall. I'm going to be imbalanced. But as soon as you learn how to ride the bike, it was easy, right? Like things are just flowing and I go so fast, right? And I love it. But the beginning is hard. Okay, the beginning is hard. It is simple, but not easy, because if you have limiting belief, if you cannot let go, if you get frustrated, then things are going to get harder and harder because there's more and more friction. And number 4, be graceful. Be graceful to them. Be graceful to you, because this is the first time you're ever trying to do it. Imagine when's the last, if you have a husband or you have a boyfriend right now, how many of them does it take for you to find this final husband or the permanent boyfriend? Same thing with virtual assistant. If you're looking for just somebody that's like just a data entry person, it's pretty easy. You can easily hire someone immediately. But if you're looking for a partner like Monique, it's going to require a couple times for you to find the right person that without you even saying anything, they already know. Last but not least is, if you do not want to have a lot of training and you want them to have experience, pay more. If you have a lower budget, and then you can pay less, but with lesser expectation. And the last thing I wanted to share with you is that they are not you. If they are you, they would have been already a business owner. They would have been already in the United States. They would have already been living your life. They wouldn't be applying for a virtual assistant's position. So I just hope that this video is going to encourage you to want to continue on with this journey. And I will be sharing a lot of tips and tricks like the next video on how you're going to find the right one. What do you need to do? Life has never been the same ever since I have delegated tasks and all my work so that I can focusing on what is truly mattered to me. And just like what God say, right? Life is a buffet. You get everything that you want. You just lack of the awareness or the skills to get it. And all we need to do is open our heart, be curious, learn, practice, and make sure that we own that skill so that we can live the life that we truly want to. All right, talk to you in the next video.